Welcome to day 5 of International Nature Journaling Week. Today we're talking about a really important topic, and that is confidence. So many people are paralyzed by a fear of the blank page or this need to create something pretty or perfect. We need to remember that making pretty pictures is not what nature journaling is about. We need to remember to focus on the process and not the product. If you've sketched something in your journal and the process has helped you connect with nature, understand more about what you were seeing, or communicated something about nature to another person, then that drawing is a success.
Hey, have you ever looked at a blank journal page and felt nervous about sketching on it from the fear of getting it wrong? Well, you are not alone. My name is Gargi and I am an active participant of the nature journaling community in San Francisco. Today I want to share some tips around how you can get over the fear of blank pages. Firstly, in your journal, write down your fears. What is it about the blank page that makes you nervous? Do you fear that people might judge your pages? Or are you afraid that your line would end up looking like a dog? Afraid that your pages won't be perfect? That you will put together a perfect page and decide to add in a large headline that ruins it all? Oxford Dictionary defines the word perfect as making something free from faults or defects, or as close to such a condition as possible. To me, the word perfect sounds like a fixed mindset term. It implies that there is no scope for improvement and that we have achieved the end goal. Alright, so you made the perfect drawing, pack up your supplies, and you never need to draw again. Now, think about what you intend to get out of your journal pages and be honest with yourself. Do you wish to improve your drawings? Do you want to learn about the science behind how stuff works? Or do you just want to connect with nature and capture the moment? There is no space for judgment from others if your intent is to connect with nature and capture the moment. Let's address the intention of learning about the subject and improving your drawings, and build a plan for managing your fears. Have you ever heard of a person waking up in the morning thinking to themselves, I will fly the plane today and sit in the plane for the first time ever and put on an aerobatics air show for the audience? That's not a thing. You can draw a lion that looks like one, but to get there, you need to go through the process of making something that looks like a dog, thinking about what is it about the lion that makes it look fierce, studying the anatomy, studying the movement, practicing drawing shapes, learning about perspectives, learning about light. Take it one step at a time and save all your drawings in the process as a reminder for yourself that practice makes better. Each drawing is a practice for the next one, no matter where you are in your sketching journey, and each stage requires you to be playful in your journal and take risks. My favorite journal pages are the ones where I took big risks, like throwing in large text and contrasting colors. This week, let's try to start on a blank page with some words of affirmation. I will be kind to myself. I will have fun on my journal pages. I will take risks. I will focus on the process and not on the outcome. I have a simple little experiment that I invite you to try out. Take some of your journaling supplies that have been ignored. A ballpoint pen in a weird color that you never thought of using on your journal, or a pen that you write with but never thought of sketching with. Use only 2 colors from your palette on your page, or maybe even dyes from your kitchen like beetroot juice, soil from your garden. Really, just draw a chit and bring some childlike fun into your pages this week. Happy International Nature Journaling Week. Have fun!
Hi, I'm Rafael Jumea from Spain, and I wanted to tell you that one of the most important things when I'm nature journaling is to enjoy the process. Forget about the final results, because sometimes we are very worried while drawing that we think that, oh no, this draw won't be as nicer as I wanted to, and we are very worried about the final results. Just have fun during the process, enjoy nature, and you will learn a lot. And at the end, you will have a very beautiful drawing. When I'm always doing my pages on nature journaling, when I finish, I always say, Rafa, this page is wonderful. You spend a lot of time of that, and it's just perfect. It helps a lot And if you want to improve, do another one, and another one. Have a nice International Nature Journaling Week and have fun. Bye from the mountains.
Hi, I'm Roseanne Hansen. Let's talk about fear. But more precisely, let's talk about fear of making mistakes, fear of not being perfect on your nature journaling page. When I first started out, I was almost paralyzed by the idea that my drawings, my watercolor wouldn't be perfect. I'm such a perfectionist. I had to work really, really hard to let go of that. Once I let go of that desire to be perfect, the perfectionism, I started having so much more joy in my nature journaling practice. And joy is what it's really all about. Look at this place that I'm at. The beauty, the birds. It's a beautiful summer morning in southern Arizona. And I've spent the morning taking notes, observing birds singing, nesting greyhawks right over here behind me. I sketched a mesquite tree with mesquite ink, which was super fun. And I just relaxed and let go. And I didn't worry that I spilled a big blob of ink on my drawing. It's just all about being out here. It is very hard to let go of wanting to be perfect and have a perfect, beautiful page every time. But if you can, you will discover that once you relax and let that go, your drawings will be more relaxed and you will have more fun, and you'll find that joy that nature journaling brings to all of us. And perfectionism isn't about the perfect page. It's about you being in the perfect place at the perfect time, which is always every time that you're out. Embrace that, and you will start to really find yourself in nature journaling.
Hi there, it's Elisa from Jellyfish and Stone Studio. Here's a statement. There's no such thing as success, and there's no such thing as failure. What do you think of that? Let me offer you this idea. These labels, success and failure, are completely arbitrary and subjective, and therefore they have no place in your vocabulary or mine. An example. We have two artists. We have Lynn, who has decades of experience and is about to undertake an ambitious drawing. We have Doris, who is just starting out and is practicing some blind contour drawing. Lynn doesn't quite hit the mark with her ambitious drawing and feels like she's failed. Doris does her blind contours, thinks they look weird, and decides that she's failed. And then they look at each other's work. Lynn looks at Doris's blind contours and sees the playfulness and the energy and the freedom in her lines. She thinks it's a successful exercise. Doris looks at Lynn's complex drawing and thinks it's amazing and thinks that it's a successful drawing. See? Completely arbitrary, completely subjective. So, what if we got rid of those words altogether? If we got rid of success, if we got rid of failure, if we got rid of good and bad, what are we left with? Experience. Experience exactly as it is, with no judgment, just the experience, and then what you learn from it. So, as you proceed through International Nature Journaling Week and in your regular practice, I would encourage you to lean into this idea that what's important is your experience. Not success, not failure, not good, not bad, let those go. Just your experience. So, go and try that hard thing. You can't fail, but you can learn. Thank you.
Nature journaling with confidence doesn't mean that you have no fear. It doesn't mean that you're not going to make mistakes, and it doesn't mean that you're not going to sometimes compare yourselves to other people on Instagram or wherever you see other nature journalers work. But nature journaling with confidence just means that you're going to give it a try. So here, I just tried drawing these pomegranate flowers and they didn't come out that great, but I just kept going. here is another session that I did in only 5 minutes, and I barely got a little sketch in, and a lot of my nature journaling that I did there was with words. Another way to be confident in your nature journal is to try different approaches. For example, you can press plants and just glue them directly in your nature journal. This can even be done with tape, and that's something that I've been experimenting with more lately. And look how simple it is just to add something, just to get out there, just to put something down on your page in your nature journal, and be confident knowing that if you put in the time, you will get better.
To me, confidence comes from self-knowledge. And by that, I mean knowing what you like, knowing what works for you, and doing that. But you don't get to know those things unless you do a lot of experimentation. And you also need to be willing to make a bunch of mistakes, because that's how you find out. So you have to push past the fear of doing it wrong, and then after a while you get some successes and you learn, oh yeah, I can really get better at this. And then the more you learn, the more confidence you get.
Let's focus on our successes today. Let's focus on the knowledge that when we spend time sketching in nature, we're making a connection, regardless of how the marks turn out on the page. We're learning and growing and making discoveries about our world.